So hi everyone. Yeah, well, I'm going to say that even though we're recording. I'm sorry for being late. Yeah, so I was at the women's lunch. That's why I was late. Anyway, usually this talk is being done by Ewout, but this year he gave it to me. So thanks, Ewout, for that. I'll try to do a good job for you. And yeah, we're at 2025 in CfgMgmtCamp. Camp. It's my third time here. I'll be moderating the room today. So if anyone is doing the talks needs some help with anything, I'll be here to do that, and also to give it chocolates, even though I don't have those here, but later. Yeah, so let's talk a little bit about the community. This year we had 4 Foreman releases. I think the last one was 4. The last one from the previous year was 3.10, and right now we are working on develop branch, which is going to be 3.14. We had the Foreman 15th birthday event. We have some people here who did a talk during this event. If anyone wants to jump in and say something, like go ahead. We have 14 community demos this year, and we started like a new thing where we highlighted the popular use cases during the demos. I will mention it here. So like, thanks everyone who did their demo. Leo is not here, but thanks to Adam, myself, and Ewout. We have some more topics to do this demo use cases. So if anyone wants to contribute, they're welcome to pick up a topic and do that. I think provisioning might be a good one for our team to next, even though it's hard to do a live demo for provisioning, but we'll see. So let's go through some numbers. That's the fun part of the presentation. From the previous year, I'm just talking about, to be honest, no, this includes all the Foreman repositories. So you can see we have like the percentages of pull requests and reviews. Issues, I would say it's less relevant because we're not using GitHub issues like as much as we for all of our issues, basically. But yeah, you can tell we had a lot of work this year. This is the number of commits. So like every pull request have more than one commit. So I thought I can also show this graph here. And I guess like it's obviously when all of us were on PTOs, right? When we had our vacation time. Yeah, it was pretty clear. Yeah, but thanks everyone who contributed to the project this year. Often issues, again, I don't know how much issues are actually reflecting our work, but yeah, I don't know. I guess maybe when COVID started, we had a lot of issues. I don't know, maybe that's related. I have no other explanation for that. Yeah. Okay, so key updates in Foreman. We did some work around the integration of GitHub Actions, I think. I don't know, for me, it was kind of favorite part because I saw all teams like working on the same thing together and like everyone collaborated. So I don't know, for me, it was pretty fun. Also, kind of useful, right, to migrate from Jenkins to GitHub. Besides that, we started supporting Ruby 3 and Rails 7, which was great and also took some effort and a lot of annoying bugs, but thanks everyone for that. Documentation improvements, we have Aneta here from the docs team, so really great work. Also Ewout, who's been contributing a lot on that area. Sorry if I missed someone. Yeah, of course, all of us are working on documentation, but some people just more involved. And secure boot support because it's on my team, so I'm very well aware that it's a new contribution we've done together with the ethics guys. Yeah, it's not, I would say like we have full support of secure boot, but we're still working on improving it. Yeah, so if anyone has questions, let me know. And I'll move on to Catella. So Ian is not here, but you can tell only by looking at the community demos how much work Catella guys have done this year. So we have the support for managing multiple content views environment for host and activation keys. This is only done by via Hammer. You can see some of the support from the UI, but you can't actually like modify it or anything. So it's not fully supported yet. But from Hammer, yeah, it does work. We have image mode and bootable container host support. We also have Flatpak support with remote scanning with easy conversions into Catella repositories. We have the full RHEL 10 client support. Yeah, only for client so far. The Postgres, SQL, EVR, RPM removed. So enabling remote database on the services that don't provide root access. We also have IPv6 testing for content, for managing content. We'll talk about IPv later. And the last one is just the performance improvement for smart proxy content counting, now per content view of large performance improvement. Okay, no questions, great. GitHub integration, I think like I've said everything needed. See, yeah, we have some time. Yeah, so I mentioned we migrated from Jenkins, automate testing for all PRs, so also all the smart proxy repos, all the plugins and everything now it's being done automatically. I'm not sure about the releasing, right? We also wanted to do some work at that area that once we are releasing, for example, a plugin, also to run to have like GitHub Actions making some, yeah, automation. Release a plugin, yeah, but probably not for all plugins. Right? Yeah.
I would like them to, but at this point, no.
Yeah, so.
If you're plugin meeting and you wouldn't like to, maybe do.
Yeah, that's something that we need to continue on it.
Quite great thing to have, so.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of useful scripts over there. Yeah, I guess that's all. For Ruby 3 and Rails 7 support upgrade, I think the Zate work, right? I'm saying it correctly. Compatibility was, I think, the hardest part of that upgrade. From what I've seen, the PR was open for a long time, a lot of discussions around it. Yeah, and the plan is next to move to Ruby. Now we're at 3.1 or not yet? Depends where, okay.
But 9 we're on Ruby 3.0, that in 12 is 3.1, I believe, and Ubuntu 22.04 is still on Ruby 2.7, I believe, so
depends, yeah. Yeah, and also Rails, we have the 7.1, right? Also we are we're at 7.0, yeah, but our plan is to upgrade to 7.1. Yeah,
I would like to. 7.1 is still pretty easy. Rails 7.2 is harder because it requires Ruby 3.1.
Yeah.
And as I said, we have all the versions, and that's still something we need to fix.
Yeah, but we still support Ruby 2.7. So.
Yes, because I didn't get around to killing it. But
okay, so sorry for mentioning that. Okay.
Process.
Okay, so we have the in progress and upcoming improvements. The first one is to upgrade to Firefly 5. Currently we're at 4. We look forward to seeing this new improvement in the nearest future, in the near future. We also have the job unification details page redesign. Yeah, so currently it's like in testing phase. It's not being shown by default, so you have to set to configure the setting in such a way that you'll be able to see it if you want to do it by default. We will have to get some feedback over this new page, and maybe find even some things that we can still improve over it. So please go check that out. For the IPv6, Shane will have a talk after me, going into much more details. IPv6, it's a whole concept topic that we are looking into the details, so I will leave it to him to cover. And the whole Puppet support. So if you haven't heard, basically the Puppet repository is no longer maintained. So what happens is that they created a fork of it. How does it call? OpenVox, yeah. And right now, our recommendation is basically to support this fork because we want to get the latest security updates and to stay in the latest version, basically. Yeah, but there are still discussion around it. Just telling you the plan. I guess.
That's what earlier today was actually sort of a formal announcement that the fork is there. The community already knew it, but today was official announcement. I think. you. Yeah, we'll definitely switch over. For now, it's a drop-in replacement, I believe, all the fork packages. So it's probably going to be fairly easy, but we'll have to make sure that it actually works well.
Thanks, Eva. Yeah, I guess, yeah, that leaves like the end of it for discussion, questions, improvements. I have a question, if someone asks a question from the audience, will we be able to hear? Or for that, we have the second.
So we have a second microphone, we can use that.
Okay.
It's like Ebert was audible on yours right now, but
Oh,
you
you could tell. Okay.
Yeah, I see it here, but you can also just take the second one, turn it on, and just go to the
Okay. Yeah, so if you haven't noticed, like this is the first year, right, that we're recording the talks here, so we are like trying it out. I wonder if the camera is on because I can't see. Okay, I don't see myself anymore in the camera, so we're like doing a dry run for everything. Yeah, hopefully it will stick out and like the results will be good. Yeah, and now your questions, please. The speaker has no more questions.
Questions about the process is
Yeah.
process EVR Appium. Since when it's removed? Because I didn't read
The
it.
next version would be
Okay.
it's
14. 14.
14.
Yeah.
14.
Okay.
Thanks
So
for that.
it will not released yet, but it will be.
Yeah.
And I'm happy because that makes it a lot more flexible.
Yeah.
We tried to do it in pre-13 and figured out some upgrade issue, so it was postponed to 3.14 or the catalog version based on that. But yeah, that also will. We still should look into better support. For example, this allows, for those of you who don't know, we use Postgres extension Postgres EVR, but that means you need to patch your Postgres server. Removal allows you to use also managed databases on cloud servers like Amazon RDS or something like that. And that was part of the reason why we like this.
Just leave it there. Yeah. Yeah.
Two questions actually. First one, the puppets, the puppet part. How much is it still integrated into the Foreman, and is there a way of really trying to figure out to remove the dependency on the puppets completely?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
Yeah, so generally speaking, we have three sort of integration points. We have the installer, which is using Puppet. We have the actual sort of Foreman plugin that reads data from a Puppet server, and we have actual integration in the Puppet server itself. Those last two are already optional. The installer is sort of, you have to deal with it. I think that's a very good question that we still haven't quite found the answer to. You might have seen the RFC for container support. That is going to be a very good moment to sort of evaluate where we want to go. Also look at any UFO participate in that. At this point, we don't know quite yet. We're doing some experiments, seeing what works, what doesn't work, and I can imagine us writing a new installer that sort of simplified just deploy containers. But at this point, we simply don't know yet. So I would, at this point, I think we can take a lot of lessons from install we learned. But yeah, I wouldn't mind if we find some without dependency on Puppet, but it's going to be a lot of work.
The second question was container support. The step how far I've seen the request, but that's about it.
Evgeny is doing talk on the container stuff, so if you haven't seen the schedule, that's maybe the best moment. Or do you want to?
Yeah, I can sneak peek it a bit, I guess. So the general idea is that a lot of people want to have containers, and we were like, okay, but we also cannot really like abandon people who deploy on classical VM, hardware, whatever. And we're currently trying to build a way that we provide containers and we provide a way to deploy them as an all-in-one, essentially VM. So bit of layering with like Podman and a bit of Ansible right now, but will it be Ansible in the end? No idea. That's what we use currently for like POC level stuff. But yeah, that lets us have containers but still be deployed on the VM. So the classical users are still happy. And then the same containers, because they are built with our production sources and also our like production mindset in mind, can be also then deployed on your OpenShift, your Kubernetes, your whatever you want to like, as long as it does OCI, but that's pretty much the thing today, right?
Can I assume a little bit like GitLab does it? GitLab with their omnibus packages, where they also have an operator. No, I think it's an Helm chart for the Kubernetes where they do it containerized. But the omnibus packages for GitLab, they're still like the full-blown packages as you have with Foreman, with Catalog.
I've never run GitLab with anything else than omnibus, so I have no comparison. But like the first idea was we take our packages because we know they work pretty fine, install them in a container and ships that as one thing that can be deployed both on Podman and VM and Kubernetes. At least that's the idea. Takes some time to figure that out.
Obviously.
Yes.
We might also look at the community once we have containers, to look at the community to write those charts or configuration and sort of take them and make it more usable. So if you go to the interest, please, there's an RP on this course, so you can involve, share your opinions. So, very useful for us.
Yeah, two questions. So I'm going to stay on topic, I would think. So with the mindset of the look into containers, my question is Catalog going to support object storage? Because I know Pulp can use object storage, and I've seen there's a issue, I think, open in Catalog because of for object storage, but there just needs somebody to do the thing and integrate it, I think. Did you plan something like this, or is it just you can look into it and
like I would guess that's kind of natural next step, but we are far not yet. Not yet that far. Like today we deploy, like in the POC that we did so far, is we deploy Pulp with multiple containers for the workers, the API, etc. But they still get a classical volume share for storage. Conceptually, you just replace that with some configuration, right? Nobody probably will forbid you to do it conceptually. We didn't expose it in our old installer. Maybe the new one will just be more flexible, and even so we don't support it, it actually works. We'll see. And you said you had two questions?
Yeah. The other question was more like right now looking into our plugins because the site changed, and I've seen. So I'm not a developer. Essentially, I'm an administrator, and I'm now looking into Ruby and how to make it work. And I have a few questions because of the new UI. So we have things in the legacy UI which did not propagate into the new UI, of course. And I just need somewhere where I can ask the questions. Should I look into the forum or the developer part? Or okay, because it's just I want to add a button in the detail page or something, and I've seen there are documentations about adding some things to the details page, I think, so tables and so on. And just missing things and I don't know where to ask. This is
Or
two
You-
two places that so two places where you should look for it. Of course, the matrix channel development channel. Somebody will probably chime in and help you with that. Besides that, there is the how to create a plugin document in our GitHub repo. And the reason it's the GitHub repo to keep it up to date.
Yeah.
So people that are actually changing the interface, they should also change the documentation for it
Yeah.
and how to use it. Yeah, so there is that. We have quite a lot of examples, quite a lot of explanation on how to actually extend the form there. And if you can find it there, of course, the forums are always open.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so basically, you can find us on the Foreman org metrics and the community. I got the details here. And over time, so thanks everyone. If you have any more questions, like we're here all day, today, tomorrow, then the day after. Yeah, so
We also have a main session.
right,
Like,
forgot to mention
we're at
that.
3-ish. So
Yeah,
if you have more
later
questions,
today.
then
Yeah, we'll continue
to
this
discuss.
discussion here. Okay. Thanks, everyone.